Guys, many of what we're told are mental illnesses, particularly things like schizophrenia. These are not actually mental illnesses at all. These are actually very strong entity attachments. So a lot of these patients, particularly schizophrenics, they report voices in the head. The voices are encouraging them to do things, to suicide, to go and stab someone. They're often repeating the same thing over and over and over and again. These are people that have very strong entity attachments, almost where not completely not completely possessed, but the entity is basically running the show of that person. And then what happens is they go into these hospitals, these psych wards. They're shut away in a cell like a prisoner, which amplifies the problem. And then they're given all these psych drugs, which again doesn't get to any kind of solution. It doesn't help anything. It suppresses the entity for an hour or two, and then the problem starts up again. So these entities actually need to be removed. And on my YouTube channel, where I speak about these things more in depth, I actually interviewed a guy called Jerry Marzinski who worked in a psych ward for 30 years. And he said to me, Tony, they all act the same way. And when it comes for the time to take the psych drugs, they don't want to come out of their prison cells. They absolutely have real problems with getting the patients out to take the meds. That's because the entity does not want the patient taking the meds. So we really need to re-look at what we're being told about what these mental illnesses are, schizophrenia, mental problems, because a lot of the time these are entity induced. They're putting negative thoughts in people's heads, making them act out. And this is why I say, many people that go on to rape and murder, they're not even actually humans. These are hosted humans. This is why many survivors say, I saw the eyes turn black, or don't look at the eyes. Now, schizophrenics aren't at that level, but they have these strong attachments.